Welcome to this week's episode of 60 Seconds with the Superintendent. Well, this week I'm at Kinsner Elementary School to learn more about our new English Language Arts program, CKLA. The past weeks, our students have been learning about personal narratives through the story of the inventor of Candyland. They've been doing a variety of activities, and here we're going to learn more about all of the exciting things they've been learning and doing. Let's take a look.
Oh, yes, simile. Read your one simile again. That was really good.
So we read excerpts from the book called Small Steps, and it was about a girl who had polio in the 1950s. And then they started to begin working on their own personal narrative. And within their own personal narrative, they had to include vivid verbs and quotes and feelings, sensory details, and things like that. And then the culminating activity of their paper was to play Candyland. The lady who invented Candyland had polio, and she was very bored in the hospital. So then she created this board game for the kids who had polio in the hospital to entertain themselves.
You guys get to learn this new game.
That was in 1948. Within 1949, she presented it to Milton Bradley, and the game took off from there.
There you go. All right.
At first, we were a little skeptical about it, to be honest with you, because this is definitely not the way we usually taught reading and writing. But we had to trust the process, and they really broke it down into many, many baby steps. And then it all started to come together, and these stories were really great.
It has to be that one.
I think the biggest part I'm finding out is their creativity in writing. I think that's blowing up.
Scrambler with Uncle.
All the small little stories that they read leading up to this was so helpful. They could get the vivid verbs. They were starting to hear the dialogue. They were starting to hear the sensory words. And so they were excited to connect that to their own personal narrative. And by hearing some of their stories at the end, I was amazed at how they put it all together. It's building their confidence in their writing skills and their abilities to speak out loud. I have students that didn't really want to share things in the past, and they're starting to want to share their writing because then they see how other kids are excited too to read their papers.
I would like to go to Kentucky now. Very good.
It's a big, long unit, and it's a lot of time devoted to just this. Their stamina. They just kept at it, and they just kept doing the activities and going through step by step, and now I think they're really excited to see the culminating effect of it.
Learning about polio, it was very interesting, and I never knew that the person that had polio invented Candyland, which was pretty cool.
Why was it important to her, Shay?
My favorite part was getting to learn what polio was about and why people try and stop it.
So even when we went to school in English Language Arts, we read a bunch of stories. But what we saw today is the importance of learning somebody else's story and how that story impacted and developed a board game that we still enjoy today. This is another great example of our new CKLA program bringing literature and meaningful stories to the lives of our kids. As always, thanks for watching, and go make it a great Mustang week.